Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, y'all, the whole world is going crazy and everybody is looking for a hiding place. But there's no hiding place. There's no hiding place down here. And I think that only Black Americans or Black Americans are some of the few people who know that. This is what's happening. On TikTok, there is a video, or there was a video. They have taken the video down, but it was of a Nigerian woman shopping in Japan, and a Japanese woman called her the N word. Now, how do you think the Nigerian woman responded? Well, I'm going to tell you. She responded to the Japanese woman by saying, I'm not a Black American, I'm a Nigerian American. And when I heard that, it was all I could do not to laugh that a Nigerian person would say, I'm not a Black American, I'm a Nigerian American. Now that says that in her mind, the N word only applies to Black Americans. Well, I have news for her. I've been a Black American for a long time, and I have never had a white woman call me the N word to my face. Now, some people find that very hard to believe, and some people don't believe it, but it's true. I have been in the South, raised in Alabama. I live in Alabama and Georgia, the dirty South. And I lived in New York for a period of time, but I've been in the South all my life. And I don't have this kind of interaction with white Americans. I just don't. Now, something tells me that the Nigerian woman was being rude. And just by the fact that she said, I'm not a Black American, I'm a Nigerian, as if that was supposed to mean something to the Japanese woman. The Japanese woman saw her. She said exactly what she meant. Now, most people could see the irony in that, but I'm going to break it down. Well, the first irony is the Nigerian woman tried to separate herself from Black Americans as if that would shield her from the slur. It's a deflection tactic. It's not empowerment, and it doesn't solve the problem because the Japanese woman didn't care about her being a Nigerian or a Nigerian American. She saw a rude, most likely, Black woman, and she used a word tied to anti Blackness. She did not care about her nationality or her tribe or whatever she was calling herself. Now, here's the second irony. Black Americans are treated better globally than any other Black people. When you look at global perception, soft power, and cultural influence, Black Americans receive more respect internationally than Nigerians do. Not because we're better. That's not what it's about. It's about global branding and cultural influence. Black Americans have global cultural capital. People around the world admire Black American music, Black American fashion, Black American activism, Black American entertainment, Black American sports icons, and Black American social movements. Black American culture is one of the most influential cultures on earth. That's just the way it is. So to say that she was not a Black American was a compliment to us because I do believe that she was behaving rudely. Now let's talk about Nigeria. Nigeria has a different global reputation. Not because Nigerians are bad people, but because Nigeria is associated with political instability, as in corruption scandals, visa restrictions, economic struggles, and negative media portrayals. Matter of fact, I think that Nigerians are known for scammers. I heard Kenyans, I heard Ghanaians, I heard South Africans, just a bunch of Africans, black Africans talking about Nigerians. So to say that I'm not a black American, I'm no Nigerian, what was that supposed to do? It's all I can do not to laugh, especially when the Japanese people have gone viral talking about they don't want those Africans in their country. It's crazy. So, really, that's the irony of it. She tried to distance herself from the group that the world actually respects more than they do her. And it didn't even protect her anyway. Because from what I was understanding, the Japanese woman doubled down on it. Well, as she should have if she was being rude. If the Japanese woman had called a Black American woman the N word, the conversation would have been handled completely differently. First of all, the Black American woman wouldn't have had anybody to hide behind to say, well, I'm not a Black American, I'm a such and this, or I'm a that, or I'm a this, or I'm a that. So the Black American woman would have had to deal with the situation at hand. And she would have handled it something like, first of all, my name is such and such a thing, and I'm not the N word. And then she might have called the Japanese woman a racial slur. It could have gone either way with a Black American woman, but the Black American woman wouldn't have had anybody to hide behind. So she would have had to confront the woman, and she would have had to confront the situation, and she would have done it. And she would have done it in such a way that the Japanese woman would think twice before calling somebody the N word again. That's the difference between a Black American woman and a Nigerian woman. You understand? So, this particular incident opens up a bigger conversation about identity, diasporal dynamics, and how people navigate anti Blackness abroad. Why do some immigrants think that distancing themselves from Black Americans will protect them when Black Americans have a better stage abroad than they do? Why does anti Blackness abroad mirror anti Blackness in the US? And why do some people underestimate the global respect Black Americans actually have? These are conversations that are worth having, not to divide, but to understand the dynamics at play. As a Nigerian or any African, you are going to have a harder time abroad than Black Americans. Just understand that. Nobody likes Nigerians. And I heard the man from the Bantu City Diaries doing a video about that today, because the situation in South Africa has gotten so bad that the South Africans now say they rather deal with the white people than deal with the other Black immigrants. Now, that's a kind of a sad commentary, but that's what I saw on my YouTube up next. So, I just think that people need to be understanding about the world. Africans don't understand the world. The Somalis had that same wake up call when they came. They came here calling us all kinds of names. And then Donald Trump went on national television, and Donald Trump is not my favorite person, but Donald Trump went on national television and called them garbage. Now, of all the problems we have had with white Americans, we have never had a president to go on national television and call us garbage. It just blew my mind. So I think that Africans in particular need to understand where they are in the world, because they're not where they think they are. So I just want to end this video by saying, at the end of the day, that racial slur that the Japanese woman called the Nigerian woman wasn't about her nationality. It was about her race. And that Japanese woman saw a Black person. Whether you call yourself Black or not, that's what the world calls you. We didn't call ourselves black either when we came to the United States. But that's a label that we carry. And so, you have to pick your battles. So you can fight that battle if you want to, but you'll be fighting it by yourself. And until people understand that, they'll keep trying to outrun that label when it was never theirs to carry in the first place. It wasn't ours either. But we move right along. You have to keep it moving. You have to keep it moving. Anti blackness doesn't care where you're from, but how you respond to it. That's where the power is. And, you know, we got the power, Black Americans. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching and listening, and have a good evening.